Hello, everyone. So NOS is a small company in a small country, that's Portugal. So I just wanted to start by letting everyone know what is NOS. So we at Core are a TV company. So I think you have seen that we are in all the businesses from mobile to the cinema screens. But we started as a television company, and television is still our core product. It's the number one thing that worries us when trying to get products out. So our journey with RDK actually started several years ago. So in Portugal, there is a very, very competitive market. We are competing against two operators that have also great platforms, great solutions. And we needed to be competitive. We needed to be flexible, and we needed to look forward, to be able to introduce new services, to be able to introduce internet-based services very, very, very quick. So basically, when we went into the RDK space, we had two objectives. That number one was to improve time to market. We were coming from experiences in which we actually launched great products almost 8-9 years ago, but it took us 18 months, 24 months to actually launch those products. We needed to change. The future was not in having product development cycles of 2 years. We needed to launch very, very quickly, like Steve was saying previously. The second one is to actually have a core UI product that we could own, that we could control, so that we could implement our business logic in the way that we controlled it from the beginning to the end. Because that in the Portuguese market against our two competitors was a big differentiator, because they are still using a turnkey solution from a third-party vendor, and they are tied to that roadmap. We needed to have the flexibility to introduce features very, very, very quickly. And RDK actually gave us that. So what you saw in the video, what you are seeing here, is the actual solution that we have right now in the field. So we have launched almost 2 years ago. It's our number one product, the one with the highest NPS scores. So to own the UX for us, it was what we wanted to do since the beginning, and that gave us also a common way forward, not only for TV screens, but also for small screens. Like when you're talking about an iPhone or an Android device, we have the same UI experience, and we have this continuity between what's happening in those devices and what's happening on the big screen. On the hardware side, we are a small operator. We have limited cash available, and we also needed to be able to buy efficient platforms. And what RDK is delivering to us right now is our already integrated SOC solutions that we can very, very easily port all the software that we have developed. So we launched initially over a SOC generation 2 years ago. We are right now evolving to a different SOC generation and doing 2 set-top box projects at the same time, so introducing 2 new set-top boxes at the same time with 2 different vendors with the same chipset, and guess what? The effort is like doing 1, because it's the same chipset on both platforms. So what is different from one to the other are very, very specific things, like eventually a remote control or something like LED support if we have LED on the set-top boxes. With regards to the software stack, so we launched with RDK 2.0. I think Fraser will talk a little bit also about the RDK stack later on. We are also evolving to RDK 3.0. The good thing about RDK, it's like upgrading the software in your PC. You need to be consistently upgrading so that you take advantage of all the cool new features that are coming. We also are doing the path from full DVB to hybrid to full IP. So we'll be launching also this year a full IP set-top box. That's all part of our gigabit strategy. We are moving everything on top of DOCSIS 3.1 on the HFC plant, and also leveraging exactly the same solution on fiber. So that's another very, very important aspect. So we have exactly the same solution. It doesn't matter if it is FTTH or HFC. It doesn't matter if it is TV or broadband. It's not the core of my presentation, but I just want to remark that we are also going the RDK-B way. So the product that we have launched right now for 2 years is RDK Video. It's the set-top box solution. We are also launching the RDK broadband solution also later this year. Just to finalize, just to touch a little bit on what the organization gained and what the organization changed with the introduction of RDK. From a very early stage, we at the product development team, we needed to have teams that could own all the product development stack, from the product conception to the design, to the development, to the integration, to the Q&A. And actually, RDK, we were missing the set-top box side. We were missing the gateway side because we didn't control it. We relied on the third party. Now we control it end to end. So it means that we are, I will not say that we are full agile DevOps. We are still not there. I don't think anyone will ever get there. It's like a holy grail. But we are way, way forward on that. So right now we have development cycles that on the set-top box side means that we put out software every 3 weeks. Not all of that software, of course, goes to full production. Several of those software drops actually get to a smaller group where we test feature. We also get feedback, not only on quality and stability, but also on what we are doing in terms of product evolution. Do the people like what we are doing? How do they react to what we are doing? And we learn from that. We learn from the data, from the deep analytics, and we change the product. We make the product evolve, and we can do that very, very quickly because of these short development cycles. So other benefits more on the feature side. So all of these are features that were launched 2 years ago. So I would understand that you guys now look at this and say, hey, that's not a big thing. 4K, everyone is doing 4K. This was done 2 years ago. We, for instance, on the voice interaction, we launched voice also 2 years ago. We launched voice on a non-NLU solution. We are right now evolving to an NLU solution. And RDK gives us this freedom to launch features very, very quickly, to adapt those features, and to evolve those features. I'll just close with a remark regarding YouTube. That was something that made us very, very proud, in the sense that it was a very hard process. It's very easy to have YouTube available on the set-top box, very easy. When we did the Humo product 2 years ago, we actually had YouTube running. The hard part is actually to get a full YouTube certification, to have everything that they require actually up and running as they require. That was a process that we went through in 2017 that we accomplished. We also learned a lot. We also learned how these type of companies work in this space. What are their concerns? What do they expect from an operator? It was actually a very, very interesting growing experience for us as a company. And that's something that we are continuing to pursue with integration of other OTT players. So I think we have a shared vision also with RDK, Comcast, and other operators on on the RDK consortium that we need to embrace the these OTT players as a whole. If they engage the user, I want them to engage the users through my platform. That's the vision, and that's the end game that we want to accomplish. Thank you.